If I was a rich guy, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If I had all the money in the world, if I was a wealthy guy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more TrumpScape with your host.
Donald J. Trump, who the fuck else would it be?
So, there's a witch in this house, and there's a rumor floating around. She needs help with a quest, so we're going to do that first. And then, if we have time, which I'm hoping we will, we're going to do a second quest that's much more involved. So, let's talk to the witch, see what she has to say.
Ara, what could you want with an old Russian woman like me?
I heard that you're a witch. I don't believe it, though. Nope. I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing anything indicating that you might be a witch. You seem like a perfectly fine young man. You're experimenting in your little house. You got some cauldrons. Maybe you're trans. I don't know. But, I don't have a problem with that. It's America. People have their freedoms.
What the fuck are you talking about? Look, I am a witch, okay? I don't know what the hell you're hallucinating. Whatever you're on, let me know. I might need it as an ingredient for one of my potions. I fear I may get a visit from the witch hunters of Falador before long.
Goodbye. Okay. Oh, witch hunters? Nope. I'm not into that. Goodbye. I'm in search of a quest, and by quest, I mean money.
Maybe I can think of something for you.
She lifts up her dress. He's like,
Nope, no money. Actually, I'm going to renounce all my possessions and go live like Christ.
that's enough to fucking just seeing an old witch's leg.
Would you like to become more proficient in the Russian arts? Dark arts. That's what you call them here, right?
Oh my god, these options. All right. The RuneScape dialogue really never fails to impress, guys. I have to say, I just have to take a moment here to pause. I hate to interrupt the action. But I really do have to say, the RuneScape dialogue is very fucking funny. It's not Monty Python, but the people who wrote it clearly watched that when they were kids, and it shows. And it just imbues the dialogue with just this
Subtle undercurrent of wry wit, which I'd rather appreciate. And there's a hint of nihilism and absurdism in it, and even Dadaism. You can look up what that is.
That's a whole other discussion. What would Trump say?
Yes, help me become one with my darker side. They made a movie about me, and I really didn't like how they portrayed me. I came across like a spoiled psychopath. I didn't like that. I tried to have the filmmakers killed, but they said that they wouldn't go over well, with PR. And I care about my PR, so I didn't do it.
Okay. You're beyond hope, but I sense that you don't care you are, so I'll just make you a potion to let you believe that you're okay for a while, okay? Here are the ingredients I will need. I have newt, a rat's tail, and onion, and a piece of burnt meat. This is actually tradition Russian recipe for a, what would you call it, makeshift borscht when you don't have the borscht ingredients. Newt, rat tail, onion, burnt meat, that basically will taste the same as borscht.
Great, I'll go and get them.
Now, where could we possibly find a rat's tail, guys? As you can see, Trump's father already bought him all the other ingredients, but he just couldn't buy that rat's tail. It was just too a rare and uncommon ingredient. It's very sought after. It's a delicacy in certain parts of Gielinor, so you know what? Trump's dad just couldn't get it for him. So he's going to have to kick rats with his boots until he gets one. I fucking hope it drops here. Okay, good. It didn't drop before the quest, and I was like,
well, that makes sense. Why would it drop? Where the quest was at?
Trump, I didn't give you permission to speak, okay? You speak when I give you permission.
Yes, master.
All right, anyway, let's talk to Hetty here. My God, she didn't even introduce herself. She didn't give any backstory. What was her childhood like?
Let's make an A24 movie of her, where she grew up with a possessed doll, and that's what made her turn into a witch. Wouldn't that make this quest mean more? Just more backstory, more exposition, more filler shit. Instead of writing a good narrative that doesn't need 5,000 hours of extra exposition through bullshit side series and all sorts of other crap made for shit networks, instead, why didn't we just make a quest that didn't need that? If you couldn't tell, I was ranting to Hollywood, or at least the current version of it. Let's get back to the quest. Have you found the things for the potion?
Yes, I have everything. Why wouldn't I?
Excellent. Can I have them then?
No, I'm gonna eat them on my own. I think if I mix them together in my stomach, the cauldron of my acids, it's a natural cauldron. My friend RFK Jr., he told me that if you're gonna mix ingredients, you can just do it in your stomach. It's basically nature's cauldron. That's what he says. He had a worm in his brain. I believe him.
Just give me the fucking ingredients.
You passed the ingredients to Hetty. Is it ready yet? It's been like less than 1/10 of a second. I'm not made of time.
Okay, just drink from the cauldron. I hope you fucking die.
What was that?
Nothing. Just drink. Yes, drink.
Okay, here I go. Oh, that tastes horrible. That tastes like the cocktails they serve at one of my bars. Jesus Christ. I gotta hire new bartenders.
And that is Witch's potion quest completed.
7 magic.
How excellent. So, we're going to continue our sort of skinny fat, no combat playthrough of this. I just kind of want to see how many quests I can do before I have to level combat. I don't know. I'm morbidly curious about that. Since Trump, canonically, if he was playing this, he wouldn't. Well, actually, no, combat would be the first thing he would level, probably. But if we're keeping things sort of accurate to the frailty of Trump's IRL body, I mean, we can't go negatives into the combat stats, but we can stay at level 1. That's as close as we're going to get, okay? And hell,
when I am 80 years old, look as good I will not.
What I'm saying is I'm not judging Trump, He's 80 years old, okay? I'm not going to make it to 80. I already know that. I might make it to 85, but Those last few years are never very fun. The Futurama suicide booths only seem dystopian until you realize that a society that's able to prolong lifespan without increasing quality of life would actually need that as a temporary coping mechanism until, hopefully, ideally, the society gets good enough to solve the problems of aging. You can have people stay alive, but do they really enjoy living? That's the real problem with longevity. It's the fucking monkey's paw.
I bought a monkey's paw from Saudi Arabia. I wished on it. It tried to tell me something was going to go wrong. I broke its other 2 fingers, and I said, look, you're going to undo the bad shit from that other wish, and I'm not going to wish from you again. I defeated the monkey's paw that day, my friends. It's that easy. You just got to make 1 wish, then break 2 other fingers.
All right, that bit of Trump wisdom having been dispensed, let's talk to the squire. And we're going to be nice to the squire, because last time we made fun of him. This is sort of a redemptive voicing V-scape pass-through, guys. We're going to try to rectify some of the problems we had with our previous playthrough, where we might have been a bit edgy for edginess' sake. We might have been a bit unhinged just because it's funny. This time, we're going to be very serious. We're going to give the squire a voice that's befitting to his triangular brown beard, which, if it was on his head, would make him sound like Tristan from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series that none of you know about. Or if you do, it's a cringy memory that I just dredged up from your brain without your consent, so enjoy that. Anyway, here is this guy's voice. I promise you, it's the perfect voice for him.
Hello, I'm the squire to serve in.
Jesus Christ, kid.
Yeah, ooh, now that's a Trump line we can use.
Wouldn't you prefer to be a squire for me? I promise I'll pay you ever so slightly more than he is, and I'll give you a lot more work. But the prestige of working for me, that's a gift in and of itself. It's like an employee benefit. That's why my employees don't have benefits. The benefit is you're employed by me. What other greater benefit could there be?
No, sorry, I'm loyal to surviving.
Okay, do we not have the prereqs for this quest? Okay.
How's life as a squire?
Well, surviving is a good guy to work for. However, I'm in a spot of trouble today. I've gone and lost surviving sword.
You fucking idiot.
I can make a new sword. I mean, Trump could. He's 30 smithing here. That's retarded. We're not going to ask that question.
Do you know where you lost it? Shit, I guess that's just as retarded as the other question I didn't ask. I mean, if you knew where you lost it, then you wouldn't have lost it. If I knew where I lost my soul, my dignity, my sense of humanity, I might be able to find them again, but I lost them years ago. What are you going to do? It is what it is.
Well, now, if I knew that, it wouldn't be lost.
I just said that to you, fucking... Right, look, I can make a new sword if you like.
Thanks for the effort. I'd be surprised if you could, though, even though your level's vastly level the requirements for this quest. The thing is, this sword is a family heirloom. It's been passed down through Viven's family for 5 generations. It was originally made by the Mkando dwarves, who were a particularly skilled tribe of dwarven smiths. I doubt anyone could make it in the style they do.
So look, these dwarves, what do they need? I got rare earths. Americans are going back to factories. We got a lot of people that, let's just say they're in the IQ bracket. We should be opening up factories, okay? Anyway, what do these dwarves want? You know, we can trade for something. We can make a deal.
I'm not 100% sure the Mkando tribe exists anymore. I should think Reldo, the palace librarian in Varrock, will know. He has done a lot of research on the races of Gillinor. I don't suppose you could try to track down the Mkando dwarves for me. I've got so much work to do, having lost my master's sword, and, I have to spend basically my entire life trying to hide that fact from now on until you help me. Just saying. Takes a lot of effort. I had to make fake swords, and then... Look, it was a whole thing.
No, I've got lots of mining. What the fuck? It's an interesting option.
What the hell, I'll give it a go. It's better than mining. That other option is bullshit. I would have fired the writer from the original game who wrote that line. Doesn't make any sense, okay?
Thank you very much. As I say, the best place to start should be with Reldo.
All right, guys, I guess we're going to Reldo's. Sounds like a shitty restaurant, like
Reldo's Diner. You might not get food poisoning. At least it'll taste aight.
Oh, man. All right. We got to go to the bank, get some runes. Ass blast our way into Varrock. Oh, look what we got here. Weeb Slayer. Well, luckily...
I'm not a weeb. I will never be slain by you, my friend.
Oh, shit. Do we even know Varrock teleport? I think we're going to have to. Ooh, no, we don't. We are going to have to fudge the bucket a little bit. Where can we go? I guess Edgeville's the closest. We could... Well, no, fuck it. We'll just go to Edgeville. Who cares?
My father will send me another amulet of glory if I need one. He's always got my back, okay? Someone left some perfectly good leather gloves there. It's just a waste. That's something Jeb Bush would do. He'd leave leather gloves, perhaps, everywhere he goes. I think he just carries pairs around with him so he can litter. I think he just enjoys littering. Wait, he already lost? Why am I making fun of him then? What the fuck are these teleprompter notes? Jeb Bush, this was how many years ago? You're fired.
All right, through the barbarian village and onward. I'm looking forward to doing Gertrude's cat, because I do have an idea for that quest, at least for the voices, so that's going to be fun. And before you say it's going to be the cat lady from The Simpsons, that's not my idea. It's going to be something totally different. Oh, shit. Pfizer 11. I just got my 5th Pfizer shot a couple days ago. I'm feeling great. Turning into a demon. It's going to be fun. This guy seems like a cuck. I'm just kidding. He's fine. Just back up your skepticism with scientific facts, and if you can't, fuck yourself. All right, so I don't know if we need anything for this guy. I think we just have to talk to him. So we're just gonna head over to King Varrock Palace. That was for my African bush viewers. And if you couldn't understand that, don't try. It's just racist to even try, okay? I spent years with that tribe. I learned their language, made love to their women. I truly immersed myself more than any ethnographer ever could. And that's why I get to use that language. That's why I get to speak that way. My God, this guy's dining room is fucking distracting me. This is some... My God, it looks like the White House in 2025. What a coincidence. So, I believe our friend is in the library. Ooh, there's wizards in here. That's it's a good library. If you go into a library and there's no people that look like this, your library sucks. It's mostly psyops. The weirder the librarian is and the weirder that the clientele of the library are, the more true the knowledge will be. Just be careful, because it really does have a tendency to drive people insane. You know, you read too much, people be treated like it's a joke. Cognito hazards are going to be a real thing in the next 10, 15 years, guys. They're going to be labels on books that they're not just triggering, they're cognito hazardous. And part of me thinks those labels probably should exist for certain things. All right, let's talk to Reldo. Now, last time again, we're trying to do a redemptive playthrough here, okay? I know I'm positioned behind this guy like I'm fucking him in the ass. That's not what's happening. I don't want that ever to be sort of misconstrued here. What I'm doing is I'm trying to give him a break, because last time I did a recording involving this quest, dude, it fell out, man. Last time I did this quest, I gave him a Reddit voice. I don't even think anyone in the Nuremberg trials deserved to have a Reddit voice, you know, forced upon them. Okay, that's worse than a gas chamber. I would never do that. So we're gonna give this guy a sophisticated voice. We're gonna give him something that validates his years of learning with a voice that's clearly comes from a chest that's built through years of working out and not sitting in a library eating nothing but vegetables and becoming an emaciated, brain-dead worm. All right.
Hey, what do you know about the Imkando dwarves?
The Imkando dwarves, you say? Yes, for many hundreds of years they were the world's most skilled smiths. They used secret smithing knowledge passed down from generation to generation. Unfortunately, about a century ago, the once thriving race was wiped out during the barbarian invasions of that time. Kind of like how Rome was wiped out by barbarians, and how Europe and the US and Canada and Australia are currently being wiped out by the same things. Oh shit, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did. You know, I could have a position in my cabinet made for somebody like you. Just send me an email, or actually message me on Facebook. Like all old people, I'm on Facebook. Okay. Are there any Incamdo dwarves left at all?
I believe a few of them survived, but with the bulk of their population destroyed, even their numbers have dwindled even further. I believe I remember a couple living in Asgarnia near the cliffs on the Asgarnia southern peninsula, but they do tend to keep to themselves. They're a gay couple. They feel guilty because their love contributed to the extinction of their race. Unbeknownst to them, the foreign psyops from other countries and the chemicals in their foods were killing about 1,000 times as many of their people as gay people were, just by not reproducing. But, they isolated themselves anyway, and I didn't have the heart to tell them. I have a lot of knowledge. I know a lot of things. I could say many things that people would believe, and then they would follow me. Yes, me. King Reldo of Varrock. Finally, I have my own palace. I could order the women to do whatever I...
Look, buddy. Let me be honest. You're making me nervous. You're encroaching a bit on my territory here, okay? I think you need to get along with the quest. Shut the fuck up.
Right. Fine, of course. Redberry pie. If you want him to do something for you, just give him a redberry pie.
Are you fucking serious? I got one of those from Costco 5 minutes ago. I was gonna eat it on the way here. I put it in my bank because I'm trying not to get fat. I don't want to get liposuction again. That was fucking hell.
All right, guys, let's grab that redberry pie and let's get a bunch of free experience. Isn't this a great series, guys? I hope it is. I genuinely do. If it's not, I hope it's cringy enough that you're enjoying it for the wrong reasons. The worst thing would be if it was in between the two. If it was boring. It's funny how the credo of artists from the Imagist era still haunts us, where they said, just make things new. As long as they're new, even if they're horrifying, they'll be so unexpected that people will still pay attention to them. And it's like, is controlling the golems really worth turning reality into hell just so they're not bored? I have to ask that question. No one's asking it. Tim Dillon's not asking it. Joe Rogan's not asking it. Sam Hyde's not asking it. It's the implicit question behind everything, really. And it's an evil question, maybe. But sometimes these questions need to be asked just so they can be refuted, you know? I have to say it. Sorry, guys, that was supposed to be Trump. I did that in my own voice. Fuck. I'm gonna have to redo that. I'm not gonna do that. Go fuck yourself. That was supposed to be Trump. All right. Redberry pie. Where would I have put that? Probably the quest tab. Where is that delicious pie?
You know what I like the most? Red berry pie.
What the fuck is it? Please tell me I put a red berry. I know that was one of the things. I was like, well, I gotta give him a red berry pie. How am I not finding it? This is gonna turn into a 2-hour episode if I have to fucking log off and get it. Oh no. Okay. Oh wait, no, I have the cooking level to make it, don't I? Okay, I think we do. Pastry dough, pie. Okay, all right. Let's do some cooking. I did this, I think, because I wanted to actually cook it from scratch, which is not as entertaining as I think I thought it would be. I was just like, oh, I'll cook it from scratch. Great idea. Did I not get myself a pie shell? Oh my god. Okay, I gave myself the ingredients for a pie shell. Okay, okay, we're doing things the real way. All right. All right, bucket of milk. We're gonna just empty that and get water. It's the nearest water source.
Quick, piss in this bucket.
What are you talking about?
I'm bothering the smithing trainer. It's fucking Master Smither Tutor. He doesn't even have a name.
So piss in this bucket, quick. Don't worry, I emptied the milk out.
Oh god, you're one of those potion addicts from the projects district of Iraq, aren't you? So, all right, here's my piss. Least I can do.
It's all right, it's sterile. In fact, it's got stem cells in it. They don't want you to know that. You know those porta potty people? They like to harvest the piss and collect the hormones and sell it. So don't piss in a porta potty. You're giving your piss chemicals away for free. And if you're good at something, you should never do it for free. So if you're good at pissing, like Wayola, you should never do it for free. Why would you do that? You'd have to be, frankly, a liberal to do that.
All right, I'm pretty sure we have to make pastry dough. And I'm hoping there's a pie dish. I don't even think I bought a pie dish.
I promise, guys, I tried to prepare for this here series of quests, but sometimes my brain just malfunctions and I become a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I don't got no team of editors. I'm just on my own over here. I got McDonald here, but he's just a shill for McDonald's. He can't help me.
Did I seriously not get any pie dishes? Jesus Christ. Where is the nearest pie dish vendor? I can't go to the cooking guild. Ooh, can we... Okay, maybe we can buy shit from the chest at Lumbridge. I don't remember because we haven't started RFD, but maybe we can buy a pie dish from that vendor that's near Lumbridge, the one that's north in the shack. I think they actually do sell cake. I think they sell cake tins. If they sell cake tins, then
It's like, we'll sell our amulet of glory, and we'll have more than enough to buy a cake tin. A genius idea.
all right, you better fucking have a cake tin. Or not a cake tin. Fuck! Okay. Where can we buy pie dishes? Riveting content, guys, I know. Oh god, we can make them from clay. I guess we could make one. We could ANCAP this shit and just make one.
We don't need taxes. Every citizen in the United States will now be required to make their own pie dish, their own clay baker. It's all going to be made by hand, but it's going to be made by you, which means you're going to lose money on it. You're going to go destitute, and then we're going to have another revolution within maybe 5 to 15 years, because the economics don't add up.
All right, fuck it. I actually did a bunch of clay making to get crafting levels on this account. Yeah, we have plenty of unfired bowls. We have unfired pots. Did I not get any more clay? Okay. We're really going to do things old school here, guys. We're going to Varrock. We're going to Edgeville. We're going to mine the clay. And we are going to make this fucking pie dish ourselves, okay?
All right, back to Edgeville. That's close to the barbarians. That's good.
There's going to be some people in the comments.
There's actually a clay spawn, or there's actually a a pie dish spawn at block 128 minus 384.
And I'll be like,
Great, thanks for the info after I made the fucking video. Yeah, I'm totally gonna remake this video because you gave me a tip. I'm gonna remake it because you told me I was inefficient. You know what? Humans are inefficient. You can blow me. I bet a machine couldn't blow me efficient. Oh, no, wait. There's a lot of good blowjob machines now, aren't there?
that's some creepy shit. You look up like jizz extraction machines. Yeah, I'm sure industrializing and mechanizing human reproduction won't have any bad fallout. We should just go straight to it and not care. We should just do it. Why would it have any negative fallout? The one child policy in China was a top down administrative systematization of natural processes, and it had no bad fallout whatsoever. Now they're doing great. They have the perfect ratio of men to women. Their planned economy worked out perfectly because they planned it. Because nature is not random, it's totally predictable. You can just predict it. Just use probability. Just use math. There was an 87% chance that this policy would result in utopia. The other 13% chance was the destruction of all life on Earth. But you know what? We rolled the dice because we're gamblers here. We love gambling. Isn't reality fun? Isn't it fun gambling over basic things that should be guarantees of life? Make the game of life worth logging into in the first place. It's like, oh, you're not going to die instantly. Well, that's not technically true. Even for hard mode, this is fucking nuts. Now I'm going here with an empty bucket because I'm hoping there's a water source in here. But the barbarians may just drink beer. I don't know if they drink the local water supply. It's probably just full of parasites. They don't even know how to boil water. They're like, no, that makes it too hot. It makes it too hot, mate. For fuck's sake. Okay. Nearest water source. Can I dip the bucket in? Can you dip bucket? You know what? Let's try this. Can you dip buckets in the river? I don't know. Can I do bucket fishing? That should have been an old school RuneScape bucket fishing. All right, we're just going to go to Edgeville. Fuck this. I know there's a well there, and there's at least a sink in Evil Dave's mother's house. This useless trivia has taken up very little space in my brain, actually, and you know what? Something else worse may have taken up that space if I hadn't memorized that single fact. The fact that there was a water source inside Evil Dave's mother's house. You have to use it during the quest. That's why I'm remembering it. I think you have to wash the dishes or something. You have to do some bullshit. Okay. All right, we got our clay. Okay. Now, the real comedy here would be if we fail to fire the pie tin. That would be fucking funny. All right, let's check the recipe here just to be sure. Pies. Ooh, yes. Can you show me the... Okay, I guess we just have we have to have... I think it's 2 red berries, but I brought 3 just to be sure. Oh, past the poor unicorns. Actually, they're not, because this RuneScape takes place after the unicorns were released and everything went back to being fun. When the Red Bull, aka capitalism, was keeping the unicorns, aka people that need a tiny bit of support to do something miraculous, buried under the ocean, that was a shitty timeline. And the unicorns have obviously escaped here, so that's good. It's good that they're out in the world, running around. A lot of them are retarded, but so are humans. So you know what? It's worth the gamble in my book. Now let's make our epic pie dish. Again, we're doing things the ANCAP way here. ANCAP Trump. If I was really playing as ANCAP Trump, I would have been an Ultimate Iron Man. There's no fucking way I have the patience for that. I did an Ultimate Iron Man account for a while, and I was like, I hate this. Like, every quest was like, okay, so this is the same quest, but it's going to take 5 hours more. No. I'm good. I'm good with not doing that. I'm pretty sure we used the... Yeah, now can we use red berries on this? Yes. All right, here we go. So, if this fails, this is really going to suck, because we're going to have to do this again. But our cooking is... What is it? 30? Hopefully we'll be okay. You know what? Just for fun, because I'm probably not even going to record this quest. Oh, no, actually, no. I need to record the Romeo and Juliet with Trump. That'll be even funnier. But for now, we're going to sneak in and we're going to use their oven. Please don't make me have to do this again or we're going to end the video.
Fuck my life.